This is Tank's Vlog. Today is June 24th, 2017. This is the wrap-up for the day in sports. The Los Angeles Dodgers are right now the hottest team in the majors. They've won 9 in a row, 15 of their last 16 games. In those last 16 games, they've hit a home run, at least one, in every game. Of course, what we saw them do to the Mets this week was absolutely incredible. They had 15 home runs over 4 games, a record for both franchises, the most home runs the Mets have given up, and the most home runs the Dodgers have hit in any one series. And today, Clayton Kershaw, who struggled against the Mets but got the win, today was back to his normal Clayton Kershaw sharpness. He only went 6 innings. I guess it's a little bit of a short rest, but he did not allow a run, only allowed 4 hits in 6 innings pitched, struck out 8 as they beat the Colorado Rockies 4-0 at Dodger Stadium. It was the 9th straight win overall for the Dodgers, who are now 50-26, the first team in the National League to win 50 games. And the way they're looking right now, I don't know if anyone in the National League is better than them. They now have a 2.5 game lead in the division, and this is the division where all 3 teams are the best 3 teams in the National League record-wise. Even the Rockies, who have struggled a little bit lately, they've lost 4 straight. They're 47-30. They have a .610 winning percentage, 3.5 games behind the Dodgers. They'd be the second wild card right now. The Diamondbacks, who are 2.5 games behind the Dodgers, are the second wild card. And that Western Division, those 3 teams have truly separated. On the other end of the West is the San Francisco Giants, who have just absolutely bottomed out. They're the first team in the National League to reach 50 losses. I mean, you would have to consider this a total nightmare season if you're a Giant fan. Not only are the Giants playing terrible baseball, but the Dodgers are playing great baseball. And today, of course, the Giants lost to the Mets. Solid performance by the Mets today. But it's right now, the Mets season is about building to next year. And what you saw today is why you do not trade Jacob deGrom. I mean, he was flat out solid. 3rd straight strong start, 3rd straight win. Pitched 8 solid innings, only allowed that 1 home run. And what more can you say about deGrom? He is, without a doubt, the Mets' most reliable pitcher. I mean, we don't know what we're going to get when Noah Syndergaard returns next year. Matt Harvey is done, as far as I'm concerned. Zach Wheeler just can't stay healthy. Robert Gsellman gazucks. Steven Matz can't stay healthy. Seth Lugo is okay, but if you trade deGrom, you're really you're throwing out next year. You're throwing out 2019 too. The Nationals, they have a 9-game lead in the National League East over the Braves. The Braves have played well lately. They've won 4 in a row. In the American League, you got the Minnesota Twins answering back. Last week, the Indians went into Target Field and swept the Minnesota Twins. And now the Twins have gone to Cleveland and won 2 in a row. And are back to within a half game of first place in the Central Division. Corey Kluber had a good start, but wasn't good enough as the Twins, they just are pesky and won't go away. What we're seeing from the Twins is a reverse of what is normal baseball. They have been awful at home. The Minnesota Twins are 16-25 at home. Usually teams that are 16-25 at home at this point, they're down in last place. Not the Twins. The Twins are 38-34 because they're 22-9 on the road. I don't know what it is. Do they like room service at their hotel? I mean, if that's the case, maybe the Minnesota Twins should have their players staying in local Minnesota hotels at a local Holiday Inn if they continue to play that well on the road. Also in the Central Division, the Kansas City Royals, who were once 10 games below 500, are back in the race. They're 37-36 now, only 2 games out. Meanwhile, the White Sox continue to scuffle. They retired Mark Burley's number, but didn't do much. Lost again today. They're 32-41, and the worst team in that division right now is the Detroit Tigers, who are just playing terrible baseball. They've lost their 8th straight. They're getting beat in San Diego, and the Padres aren't a very good team. 32-42. They're now 10 games below 500. I mean, they've really been defanged this year in Detroit. Yankees, they continue to struggle. They've lost 9 out of the last 11. Couldn't answer the call after last night's dramatic win, but the Red Sox, they also lost today. So that's still a tie in that division. Houston Astros, they're playing steadily good. They haven't caught fire as of late, but they're hanging in there. They have a 12.5 game lead in the division. Beat the Mariners today in retro uniforms. Gotta love those retro uniforms. I love those. They are so ugly. They're good, those old rainbow gut uniforms. And the Athletics, they're 17.5 games out. They've played well lately, but they're about buried in that division. And it's going to be interesting to see how the wild card starts shaping up. Because that looks like it's going to be a definite wide open race in the American League, unlike the National League, where there's been clear separation. My front page today, I have the Dodgers as our top story on the sportsencyclopedia.com. For on this date, we look back at the San Antonio Spurs winning their first NBA championship over the upstart Knicks. That was the year the Knicks, as an 8 seed, made the NBA Finals despite losing Patrick Ewing in the playoffs. That was sort of like the end of the Knicks' last hurrah of that group, and it was a good run for them. And speaking of the Knicks, today's the great Knicks' birthday. Willis Reed turned 75. Today's 3 stars are Michael Taylor, the Washington Nationals, who helped them clobber the Reds. Corey Kluber, who pitched well, didn't allow an earned run, but got the loss for the Indians against the Twins. And, of course, Jacob deGrom. Good day.